Hi there. I thought I'd do a update because it's been, I think, about a month since I last posted a video, and I've had a few emails asking me how I'm getting on. So I thought I'd, update everyone. So I've just gone past the 12-week post-op mark, and I'm coming up to basically 3 months. And there wasn't a huge amount going on, which is why I stopped posting so regularly, but there has definitely been stuff in the last month. So I, from about 6 weeks ago, started dieting. I went back on the 5-2 diet because I've been successful with that. Tried to shift a few pounds, so I've lost half a stone, and that's definitely made an improvement to how I feel and how I look stomach wise. I found that I was becoming really overly, what's the word, just a bit picky with my appearance. Oh, whenever I do this, the dog appears. Go down. So I felt like I was being a bit picky, like every lump and bump. Oh, is this good? Oh, I feel a bit flabby here. Am I meant to look like this? And I realised that just for 6 years, I have been so obsessed with covering how abnormal my body is that actually when part of it, the biggest part of it that was taken away, I then had to suddenly adjust to the fact that, like, what normal was. I'm so used to it being abnormal that now it's normal. I don't really know. I don't know what normal is basically anymore. So I'd be looking in the mirror, like trying to pinch some fat on this side, or I'd be standing in the most bizarre positions going, oh, is there a bit extra here? Maybe this skin isn't right. It got to a point where I sent a big email to my consultant and said basically I'm not sure if there's something wrong or whether this will still improve or whether this is just what I'm going to look like now and there's nothing else that can be done. And they got back straight away and said that he would like to have a consultation with you. See, for me it's a 2-hour long drive, so I didn't really want to go 2 hours for him to say, yeah, it's fine. Because the last time I saw them, I only really saw my surgeon for a few minutes. So I didn't really want to go all the way down there for them to say, there's nothing wrong with you. But at the same time, I wanted to make a point of it so that maybe when I'm around 4 or 5 months, I can go see. And if I still don't feel happy, then at least I've addressed it in the first place. I honestly can't tell whether... I think if I carry on losing weight, I'll feel a lot more happier. And actually, if I compare to how I feel at the beginning of the month to how I feel now, I feel a lot better now. And that's with half a stone off. So there's definitely weight that I can lose. And I think it will just overall make it look better. I think perhaps I was thinking that once this was done, I wouldn't have any fat rolls anymore. But I do. So when I'm standing up, it's nice and flat. But when I'm sat down, not so flat. And today I'm actually having quite a big bloated day. And you can see I have like pinchable. And it's here as well. Like I'm laying on my side, so it's not the best angle. But bits like this, I think I wasn't expecting to have that. A lot of people that have tummy tucks have lipo with it. I don't have any lipo. And I'm kind of regretting that. I kind of wish that my surgeon had said, you'll have an even better result with lipo, because I probably would have said go for it. I figured because I was having an extended tummy tuck that actually a lot of people have lipo to the flanks, but because my whole sides were being sort of chopped away, I thought I probably wouldn't need lipo, and that's why it was never recommended to me. Also, in one of my early consultations, I did ask someone, not the surgeon directly, but one of his team, and said, does he use lipo? And they said yes, in small amounts if necessary. So I presume that if it was necessary, he'd use it. I didn't have lipo, definitely not. And I'm thinking perhaps if I did, I probably would have felt a bit better. But I'm just going to do it the hard way and see if I can shift a few more pounds. And I definitely think it'll improve as it goes on. Pain-wise, nothing really. Every now and then I get a twinge, or like I was reading a bedtime story to my girls in the top bunk the other night, and I sort of twisted to get back down off the ladder and felt felt a pain, and for a couple of days it was quite sore, so I must have pulled something. I can't remember, I don't think I did mention, but I was doing my usual massage with my belly button and something popped as I was sort of stretching it out, but it looks a whole lot better and it's been fine since then. So I think an internal stitch might have popped, and that was that. Scar wise, it's still pretty dark. I must say, actually, the last week I've been really rubbish at massaging it, so I definitely need to get on board with that. But colour wise of the scar, it's still quite dark. Let me see if I can show you. Yeah, so it's quite bright pink colour. It's not really thick or anything, which is pretty cool. It's quite flat. There's no like, there's a few sort of lumpy bits, I don't know if you can see there. But nothing that I'm overly concerned with. I've got back into my size 12 jeans that I was wearing before, but again, I think that was partly to do with the dieting. My legs feel like they've gone down. They're not as skinny as they have been, but they have definitely lost the swelling, I think. So I think anyone that's worried about how big they're feeling, definitely just persevere, because honestly I think when I got to sort of like 9-10 weeks, things did start to settle down. Swelling, I don't think I swell so much anymore, but I definitely bloat, and I think anyone who naturally bloats before the op is going to notice it more after the op. I thought having the muscle repair would sort of fix that, the fact that it pokes out, but actually, I mean, it probably does to an extent, but where we bloated before and we had like all this skin hanging off, I don't think you notice so much. Whereas now that there isn't so much skin, if I bloat now, I mean, you just see the belly just pokes right out. Sometimes it is quite ridiculous, but I'm learning what makes me bloat and what doesn't, so I can avoid various things. So I always knew that white bread, white pasta, things like that just make me puff out. Really greasy food, that makes me bloat out. So I just sort of, I'm conscious of what I'm eating, and obviously if it's the weekend and I'm not going anywhere, then I'll have something greasy and it's not too bad. But if I was going on a night out, then definitely not, I'd avoid it. Speaking of nights out, I've had my first out night at the weekend. I went out on Saturday night, and I still can't believe the outfit that I wore. So literally, I'd been feeling like, oh, I'm never going to wear nice clothes. I still feel really self-conscious. I think I was just dressing in baggy clothes still. I literally didn't know how to dress this new body of mine and what accentuates the curves, the natural curves, but actually makes me look slim. I think I was still putting on like baggy stuff, and because I've got quite a large bust, if I put anything baggy on, it just sits where the bust is, and that was great beforehand because it used to cover my stomach underneath, but now I don't want it to cover my stomach because my stomach is a lot flatter. So I bought like a tight black body, so like skin tight clothes, like never would have worn that, and then I wore it with a tight black like midi length skirt. It was all black, to be fair, so I still need to try and introduce some colour into my life, but I basically wore a tight black top with a tight black skirt and heels, and I cannot get over how I looked. Like, didn't even look like me, completely different. Really went in at the waist. Yeah, I'm curvy, and yes, I've got like, it curves out at the thighs. I don't have a problem with that. It was always the sort of stomach. So by the end of the night, because I'd been dancing around, drinking, again, certain drinks I was avoiding. Didn't want Prosecco or anything bubbly because I thought I'd bloat out. So just stuck with wine and then vodka, and yeah, then it got a bit messy. But yeah, it was good. I was dancing and everything. I wasn't in pain, so that was great. So yeah, about 12 weeks post-op, and I had my first full-on night out. Yeah, so all in all, things are a lot better than they were 4 weeks ago. And I mean, I did consider posting a few weeks ago, and it's probably a good job I didn't, because I was pretty miserable. But as I've started to see the pounds drop off, and as I've started to learn what to wear, it's definitely a positive. It's just taking ages, and I think mentally it definitely takes longer than physically what it looks like. I definitely need to work out how to be more confident in how I look and stop picking at little things. I even had like my size 8 skinny friend on all fours at the weekend so that I could like feel her stomach to see whether it hung down, and there was a bit of skin, and like she was wearing like sports clothes, and she was showing me that you can pinch a bit of, she had like a little roll. Everyone has that. I need to realise that people, I think because I had in my head this abnormal body that I had, and because I was so far detached from what I should look like normally, the only thing that you have to look at are things that you see on like social media or celebrities, and literally they probably take about 50 photos before they put up one, and they look great, but no one sees them slouched on the sofa in their pajamas. So you don't, I think the concept of what I had of a normal body was not actually what a normal body is. So I'm going to crack on with the diet. I've been out running a little bit as well, so I'm going to carry on with that. So I'll probably post again in like a month's time and let you know how I'm getting on. But it's a thumbs up for now. I am going to book a consultation with my surgeon just to go over stuff, because there are, you know, there is bits that I can pinch and squeeze, but I want to try and get off maybe another half stone first, so that, to see whether it's just in my head or not. But yeah, I think it's definitely just a mental journey, and it's definitely something that I need to work on, that side. It's probably not physical at all. So that's me. I'm sure there are other bits and pieces, but I'll try and remember for next time. But thanks for the emails from people asking how I'm getting on, and hopefully that answers some questions. So yeah, post again in a little while. Bye.